What's going on today, guys? So today we are going to be going over a project that I've been watching for quite a little bit now. It's called BAX. I like to call it BAX, but it's also known as BABB, as you can see here, BABB. So pretty much what BABB is they are the inclusive financial services for the world. So pretty much they're going to be kind of in the similar realm as like an XLM, XRP, and a Telcoin. But with this one, it's a little bit different and quite unique in its own aspect compared to those ones. And I'm going to go over that here in a minute. So one thing that I do want to mention that is none of this is financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just putting out things that I'm doing my own research on and just putting my research out there for you guys to kind of form your own synopsis and opinion on it. But anyways, guys, let's continue on with the video. So as you guys can see here, you can pretty much already tell what BAX is about. So you can do transfers and send funds to and from family, friends, and anyone else that you are doing business with. You can also see that here they are downloadable on the Apple Store and Android Store, which is very, very interesting in my own opinion. As you can see, they have the financial services, and then right here you can see that you can actually do things like fundraising. So as you can see here, this says trip across the Atlantic, and then it shows the 25% funded, and they have 29 days left to complete that fundraising. As you can see here at the bottom, they have the fundraising area. So this is kind of like a GoFundMe as well. So it's kind of adopting that aspect as well as just being its own kind of exchange, if that's what you want to put it at, or like kind of like a MetaMask just about. They also have exciting new features coming as well. As you can see here, they've been featured on Forbes, Hacker Noon, Rat Counter, well, I've never heard of them, so I can't even pronounce that. BBC News, and they have their hour metrics here, as you can see as well. So definitely go to their website, which is getbabb.com, and you can definitely read up on a lot of this stuff here. But what I really want to talk about is some of the things that I've found as far as just researching on this, which may be or may not be something. As I said before, this is not financial advice. So we're just going to go to their About Us really quick before we continue. So pretty much their story is we started BABB back in 2016 because we believe in financial inclusion. We believe that every single one of us deserves to have access to basic resources such as water, food, shelter, but we also believe that everyone should have access to basic financial services. So this is very basic About Us page. As you can see here, there's just pretty much point blank period, straight to the point, telling you what BABB is about. As you can see, this is the team here. They've got BABB shirts on, and there's a decent amount of them. So it's a decent sized team, guys, if these are all people who are actually active on the team and aren't just kind of contractors that are there temporarily. But either way, that is good to see that they have this many people that have worked on the BABB project, which I will go over here in a minute soon, because there's also some interesting things going on with the team and people of interest who are actually kind of following this one. But anyways, guys, let's skip over to here. So before we go on any further, again, so I've been talking about BABB since about December 1st. So not very long, about 2 weeks almost. So if you guys want to follow me, definitely follow me on Twitter at Raji Dinero. I'll put a link in the description below, because I can get the information out to you guys a lot faster there than I can on here. And BAX has had a nice little dip. So when I mentioned it on December 1st, it had a nice little rise up. And then the whole thing with Bitcoin happened, and then it had a nice little dip, and now it's making its way back up. So we're going to go over the chart here in a minute, but definitely consider following me if you aren't already. So here's another thing that I want to talk about with BABB. So usually with projects, when they're about to release some very good news, they get very loud on Twitter, as you can see with like Telcoin and stuff like that. So it makes it kind of easier to tell whenever something parabolic may happen in the price. So as you can see here, this was actually posted about an hour ago from right now, because it's 8:30 right now. This was posted at 7:30. So this was posted today. This says nothing we can fix. Prosperous system, together we make the difference. And this is BABB Yemen. So if you guys don't know what Yemen is a republic country that is in the Middle East. So they are focusing on a smaller area, but I think that's a very, very smart business move, as well as they're also in the UK. We're going to go over that here in a minute, but I also think that's a very smart business move to kind of start small in a smaller country where like many aren't really focusing on. So then when you could see, like, you have a rap sheet pretty much, you can show the success of your project working in a smaller country because they're more optable to use your product, especially if it's something like this that can help plenty of people. So here is the BABB Twitter page. If you guys aren't following them, definitely follow them because this is where you're obviously going to get the information from them. And here is the people that are following them that I actually do find interesting. So right now, this is Gilbert Veridian, and he is the CEO of Quant, guys. So Quant, QNT, is a security leader creating new technology and companies covering cybersecurity and blockchain. So pretty much Quant is trading around like $210 right now. I'm not sure if there's like really any correlation from this. Maybe he followed them like a while back ago, like he met up with someone from the team or something like that and decided to follow them. But I always keep things like this in mind when I'm looking at projects, because obviously when you see certain people following, they're obviously seeing these posts that BABB is posting and stuff like that. So it's definitely something interesting to keep in mind here. And as we continue on here, so this is Rashad. So he is the actual founder of BABB, and this is his page right here. So if you guys aren't following him as well, definitely follow him because you can get a lot of useful information. As you can see here, he's talking about the FCA approval and how it will help speed up their work in bringing financial inclusion. And then he also goes to talk about how the UK has one of the most advanced regulatory environments, and that's why BABB has always believed in the FCA's approach to inclusion and diversity. So he definitely posts a decent amount on pretty much what's going on in the economic system of the UK and pretty much what's going on around BABB and stuff like that. So he's definitely another person to follow. So before we get into the meat of this video, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about this right here. So on Monday, they have a Twitter space that's coming up where they're going to be doing Q&A. And this is definitely something that you probably want to tune into. The Q&A is going to be tomorrow on the Monday the 13th at 4 p.m. UK time. So it's going to be on Twitter Spaces. Definitely something that you're going to want to tune into, in my personal opinion, because it was said that they will be touching down on the FCA information with their FCA approval, and that is a very, very, very big thing to keep up with. And they're also probably going to be talking about their roadmap and what they plan to do in the future. So if you're actually planning to invest in this, I definitely recommend you look into this, in my personal opinion. But anyways, let's get into the meat of this project here. So pretty much what I've actually found myself very, very interesting, besides what I've already mentioned to you guys. So with that being said, this is the white paper right here, and I'm not going to go through the entire white paper, obviously, because it's a very, very lengthy white paper with 56 pages. So pretty much they go over the banking system, how it's like systematic risk. They talk about the mobile application. They talk about technology like blockchain, pretty much just getting people up to par, like what blockchain is, for those who may not know, like just banks and stuff like that who aren't very, very technically inclined when it comes to blockchain just yet. They have security and risk. They have compliance regulations with fair banking and stuff like that. They have the BAX token that they go over, and quite a few other things, guys. So this is definitely something that you're going to want to look into when you invest in any project, in my personal opinion. But let's continue on here, because now we are about to get into the stuff that I really, really want to talk about here. Alrighty, so first things first, as you can see, this is the .gov site for the UK. As you can see here, we have BABB Platform Ltd, which is the pretty much limited liability company type thing for the UK. Let's say we're going to scroll down here now, and as you can see, the company status is active, and we have a address right here, guys. So that's very important. We have a address linked to the project. So I definitely looked into that. Obviously, there's a lot more information down here. As you can see, all this is up to date. The confirmation statements, the accounts, everything's up to date here. And as you see, it shows where it was created and whatnot. So we're going to go ahead and continue on here. So here is the address that is listed on there, 40 Bank Street. As you can see, we have Citibank here. We have JP Morgan. We have tons of large buildings, and it was stated that they were on the 18th floor. And as you can see, many of these buildings have more than 18 floors. So that's definitely some confirmation there. And I also looked into it right here with the map, as you can see. If my computer's not acting slow. Yeah, I'm not very good with operating this, guys, as you can see here. Let me try to... Oh, boy. Yeah, so I honestly don't know what I'm doing with this, and my computer's probably going to load super duper slow. So we're just going to continue moving on here. Anyways, this is the filing history that I want to talk about, actually. So here is the filing history for the BAX project, BABB. So as you can see here, they've been filing consistently over the past couple of years, all the way dating back to 2018. So it's very interesting. They've been keeping up with things. They haven't been very loud. That's one thing that I actually do like. They haven't really been loud until recently, because more than likely they've had their heads down and they've been putting in work, obviously, to get this far, you know what I mean? So when we go in and we check their filing history, the first thing that I looked into was their statements, their balance sheet. So this is an older balance sheet, as you can see here, from December 2020 on the end of the year. So here is some of the information right here that I was looking into, like their investments, their debtors. As you can see here, that's a decent amount of money right there. And there's just a lot of things to kind of look at, like their shareholder funds, and which pretty much is lining up with everything else up around here. And you can just kind of go through all this information. This information is all available to you on that UK Gov site. So if you need to get the UK Gov site, just scroll back in the video really quick, because I'm not too sure what it was called. Actually, I'll do it for you guys. So pretty much you would go to service.gov.uk/company, and their company number is 111-97989, and then you can kind of check on their filing history, the overview, the people, the charges, and more. So here is their pretty much their balance sheet with everything on it and whatnot. And that's very interesting, because as you guys know, like, we're in 2021 heading into 2022, and these were the numbers for just about 2 years ago at this point. Well, not really 2 years ago, but just about a while ago. We'll just put it at that, guys. I'm super duper tired, but I figured I would get this video out before tomorrow, because tomorrow's the AMA, you know what I mean? So, or the question and answer. See, guys, I'm out of it. But anyways, let's continue on here. As I said before, the project was at 30%. Now we are at 32%, so almost 33, almost gone up 3% since I mentioned it in the beginning of the video. As you can see here, BABB BAX token is ranked number 615 with 20,000 watchers, almost 21,000 on their watch list on CoinMarketCap. And the market cap right now is up 32% at 49 million, which is very low, guys. That's a very relatively low market cap, and those are the things that I like to find. So we're also looking at a fully diluted market cap, and then we have the volume right here, which is 3.7 million, up 131%. So as you can see, there's definitely some very interesting, like, buying activity here, especially with most of the market being down or moving stagnantly. So there's a lot of people who are probably trying to get into position because of anticipation of tomorrow, just in case anything crazy is announced, you know what I mean? So as you can see here, there's 100% of the circulating supply in circulation at 49.85 billion BAX tokens, with a max supply of 50 billion BAX tokens. So let's scroll down here really quick, and I'm going to scroll out just a little bit. So as you can see, the project's been very stagnant for quite some time. It hasn't really done much, and we'll scroll all the way back here to the beginning of the year, back in May. So when we come back to around May, we pretty much spiked up to a price of about 0.002, which is way above where we are now. So that would be a nice gain in its own. And right now, let's scroll over to where we are. So right now, this is where we're at. As you can see, we had this nice rise up, and then this is around the time where Bitcoin had its little fuss and pretty much liquidated everybody. and then the quick recovery right after that, followed by the slowdown trend that's been following us this past couple of weeks. But this is what I want to talk about here, guys. So as you can see right here, we are slowly but surely creating an uptrend here, and this is going to be very interesting to see where this uptrend goes, because back here it looked like it was trying to continue its uptrend before then. Like, it swiftly tried to recover right here and tried to continue going, but then that's when the market just kind of slowly bled out, and a lot of people started getting very fearful because of the whole thing that was happening with the Fed announcing the inflation rate numbers and whatnot, and people were kind of overreacting about that. And then as soon as everybody realized it wasn't the end of the world like normal, things are slowly starting to level out, and altcoins are slowly starting to raise right back up. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see where this project goes in the near future. In my personal opinion, I'm honestly thinking that we could possibly see it try for new highs, and we could possibly see it go for 0.003 here very soon, depending on the information that is released in the coming days and coming months with this project. But this is definitely something to keep in mind and just kind of keep on your watch list, in my personal opinion. I'm invested in this. I'm invested in quite a few very, very risky tokens. I mean, I do say this is somewhat risky in my personal opinion. I'm going to put this at like a 7 out of 10 on my risky moves here, because I do have a very, very decent size of money in on this project. But honestly, guys, that's how I make my money. Like, if you don't take the risk and you play like kind of like things like Ethereum and stuff like that, you're not going to make a lot of money. Well, you can make a lot of money, so I'm not going to say that, but the chances that you're going to make like an insane amount of money in a short amount of time is very, very low. So sometimes you got to risk it for the biscuit, you know what I mean? So right quick before we close out, this is Telcoin right here. I kind of want to show you guys this. This is what I've been looking at personally. As you can see, they have 57 billion tokens in circulation, which is 58% of the total supply. So there's definitely a difference there, because their max supply is about 50,000 more than what BAX is, and then their market cap is also way above that. They're almost heading towards that $1 billion market cap already, and BAX is only at like what, 47 million, I think I told you guys, which it means BAX has a lot of room to grow. So as you can see here, this is the year to date for for Telcoin right here. Telcoin was trading much lower than what BAX is trading at right now, because BAX is at 0.0009 right now, about to knock off a zero right now. And back in January, on January 1st of this year, Telcoin was at 0.0001, guys, and then it made it all the way up to about 6 cents, right? Yeah, it made it up to 6 cents right here. So that's definitely a lot of gain to be made right there, guys. So let's put this into perspective here. Let's see if I can do this math here. So I don't have my calculator up. Let me see if I can pull my calculator up for you guys really quick, and we can kind of do this math here. So if you guys were to buy 10 million tokens of BAX, if you had that money, that would be $9,500, because that's the price right now. So we go with 10 million tokens, and we times that by 6 cents. So that would turn your $9,500 into $600,000, guys. So imagine the people who bought Telcoin way back there at the beginning of the year with the same amount of money at much less of a price, and then they actually held till 6 cents. That's $5.7 million, guys. So this is definitely something to keep in mind, because back then Telcoin didn't really have any of the approval that it had. Like, it didn't even go through its case with the Nevada government and whatnot until around like later on, and that was pretty much around the time that it was like running up and then slowly like dying down. And BAX is already like in the process. It already has the FCA approval, but it's already in the process of other things that has yet to be mentioned. So I think, in my personal opinion, BAX may have a lot more room to run than Telcoin did. And as you guys can see here, before I close out, if you look at BAX right now on market cap of, this is definitely a very good thing to use, guys, if you guys don't use it, where you could put the market cap of one project and compare it to the other one, and it'll give you the price projection So as you can see here, BAX right here is selection A, TEL is selection B. So if BAX were to have the market cap of TEL, BAX would end up at 2 cents. So that's a 21x from right now, guys. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. So that's all I've got for today's video, guys. This is definitely a project that's very interesting in my personal opinion. I am definitely going to be keeping a very, very close eye on this one because there's some interesting things going on here in my personal opinion. There's a lot of mystery behind this one. So anyways, guys, there's Ledger right here. I'll leave a link for Ledger in the description below because they're actually doing a thing with Coinbase, guys. So Ledger is definitely something to keep in mind because if anything happens, like, you really, in my personal opinion, this isn't financial advice, don't keep your crypto on exchanges because we've seen exchanges get hacked time and time again, and you just don't want to lose your hard-earned money like that, you know what I mean? So I'll keep a link in the description below if you guys are interested in checking out Ledger and whatnot. But anyways, guys, I'll also keep a link in the description below for where you can find BAX. I'm getting it from KuCoin. But anyways, that's all I've got for today's video. If you guys are interested in seeing more content, definitely leave the projects that you want me to see, you want to see me check out on the description below, in the comments below. But anyways, guys, that's all I got for today's video. Really appreciate you guys for watching. If you made it this far, I'll see you guys in the next one.